G'day everyone, it's Moltrosity, and today we're reviewing the Hyperscape Beta for another edition of PC Noob Plays, discovering games together. The beta came out 12th of July with the full game releasing later in the year this summer. If you guys like this type of content, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe so I know you want to see more. And without further ado, let's jump into it. So basically I've sectioned off this review into 5 parts. We got 1, gameplay, 2, mechanics, 3, the purpose of the game and kind of other similarities between other BRs. 4, does it have micro DLC and what are we going to be expecting with that? And 5, is it any good? So, this is my first playthrough of the game, and today I'll be giving you some first impressions and some aspects of the game so you guys can figure out if you'd like to pick this up for the beta or for the full release later in the year. All you need to do to get into the beta is to download the Uplay launcher, install the game, and then launch it. Now, some of you guys may experience some graphical driver issues as mine wasn't up to date when I tried to launch this. You can find updates for your drivers respectively on the model of your graphics card website and download it from there, and this should fix the issue. You should be able to launch straight into the game. If you've got any issues, I'm pretty sure you should be able to go through to plenty of Ubisoft forums that can guide you where you can go from there to help you out there. Number 1, gameplay. Overall, the game kind of gives off a very futuristic dystopian vibe in a futuristic urban environment. The gameplay is smooth and ran pretty well at 2K on low settings, and it also ran pretty consistently with OBS, and I've only got a 1070 with an i7 6600K, so nothing super crazy in terms of that, and it actually ran pretty well, and at decent frames as well. Now the gameplay is fluid and has similar movement to Apex, so it's kind of fast-paced and fun, which will also be discussed more in the mechanics section of this review. So originally, launching it, you have control of your pod, or kind of looked like a pod. It was this weird capsule thing that kind of launched from the bus, if you will, and able to ping a location on the map to be able to land and directly be able to loot as well. And you start off with a baton, so you're able to melee enemies, but you should probably look for a weapon first and some power-ups so you can get that advantage in the game to be able to do well in the game. Now, there's a couple of different guns in this game as well. So basically, you got your pistol, your sniper, your AR, LMG, shotgun, but there's also a couple of other weird and interesting guns that you could pick up during the game, such as the plasma orb gun that can fire giant plasma orbs at your enemies. The game has a slow time to kill, so the guns like the shotgun and the sniper will probably be what you'll be looking for to use in the game. Now, there's a solo mode and a trio mode currently available for the game. In the trios mode, when you die, you can run to the nearest res beacon, and your team can be hear you res, as similar to just Fortnite or Warzone buyback system. Now you've got to run there, and the enemies can't see you. But the annoying thing about this is that if you're near enemies and you respawn there, they can actually kill you straight away. Now there's no system where you can buy yourself back, no self-revive or down feature similar to Fortnite or Apex or Warzone. You just kind of, when you die, you go into that weird Spectre mode and you got to wait for your teammates. Well, I think this is a cool mechanic. I could see it getting pretty annoying, like the reasons I mentioned before. So the storm, or the circle, or the zone, or whatever you want to call it, plays a bit differently to other battle royales. So normally in a battle royale, you spawn in, the storm closes around you, and you can go around a random place of the map. So in Warzone, could go around the stadium. In Fortnite, could go around, which I don't know any of the Fortnite zones anymore, but it usually goes over a point of interest. However, in this game, it's actually fairly interesting. The sectors kind of collapse at 4 certain points of the map, and then it starts to close into the center, which makes the gameplay certainly more interesting. Now, due to this, the boss of the plane, or whatever it wants to be called, I'm not too sure what it's called, actually spawns in the same location every single time. Now, the game has these launch pads that launch you into the air as well, so if you're on the ground, you can actually launch yourself from the ground onto a building. So this can kind of negate camping and makes the game very vertical, which is good as well. Now, the difference between solos and trios that I found, so I played about 4 solos and 3 trios, is that solos are a little bit slower, which is fair. A lot of battle royale solos are actually slower than trios. I didn't get very far in solos, but that's also because I suck at PC and because I suck at this game, because I've only really played it a little bit. But trios have got decently far, because I had a fairly decent alright squad, and we managed to get the top 15. I'm assuming in the full release as well that there will be duos and quads similar to other BRs. Now, number 2, The mechanics. The mechanics of this game are certainly different from other BRs, and I think that was what made this game unique, although it does share a lot of characteristics as well with Apex Legends. There's certain abilities you can pick up to give yourself a bit of an edge on the competition. So you've got invisibility, turning into a giant ball that protects you, putting up a giant wall that kind of looks like Maze Icewell from Overwatch, shockwave, it's pretty much a ground pound, teleport, heal, armor, a mine which you can put down on the ground, and reveal, which sends out a ping and gives you the nearest enemies nearby. Now, it's important to know that during most of these abilities, you can't actually shoot, and if you do, it stops the ability. The movement mechanics are very similar to Apex, like I mentioned before, in terms of fluidity, but when you change the gun, it almost phases in. It kind of comes out from the air, phases into your hand. This is pretty cool. I really like this mechanic. Number 3, the purpose of the game. So at the core of the game, it's still a battle royale. You still kill people, you still loot up, you still get their loot. However, there's a twist as well. So in the solos and the trios, it's called Capture the Crown as well, where you can actually pick up the crown and fight to win the game, which just is pretty cool. Different aspect of the game. It's good to see that the game is differentiating from other battle royales with mechanics like this. Although it's completely different to Fortnite and Warzone, similar to Apex, like I mentioned before. I could see the game doing well, but against Fortnite and Warzone, it'd be interesting to see how the player base goes and what type of LTMs they're going to release in regards to this, because Fortnite and Warzone always look into improve and put out new LTMs in that aspect. Number 4, micro DLC. So we all know that micro DLC plagues the gaming industry and no one really likes it, no one really wants it. However, in this one, it looks like it's cosmetic only. So most game companies need to make some form of money on the games, right? Yes, correct. In the main lobby, there's a section where you can see your locker, a section for a battle pass, and a market section for skins for your character, and also skins for your guns. From what I could see, this was only cosmetic only, and there was no pay-to-win element here, as it's only cosmetic. Most BRs nowadays don't have a pay-to-win system. Another thing you could take as well is the Battle Pass is only 20 tiers. Now, in the full game, it's probably going to be 100, most likely. I'm not sure if this is going to change in the full game, but I'll let you guys know on social media once I've played the full game. Now, micro DLC doesn't break games as long as it's only cosmetic, in my opinion. The company needs to make money, like I mentioned before. So let me know how you guys feel in the comment section below about micro DLC and whether it can make or break a game. Now, final impressions. Is the game any good? My experience, I actually really enjoy the game. I think it was fun. I think there's a couple things they need to tweak, like the res beacons and the time to kill, but overall, I think the game plays extremely well for a beta, ran with no lag, no frame skips or anything like that. A little bit of latency, but that was just due to server connection and all that. And with all that, guys, that brings the video to a close. So if you like this type of content, let me know in the comment section below if you would like to see me review more games coming out in the future. I'll be releasing more installments of PC Noob Plays in the future, where I'll be playing PC competitive games for the first time in more of a live commentary aspect. I'm just doing a difference in this one to see how it goes. So if you like any of that, remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Take care and peace.